One interesting characteristic of the music that the mainstream propose or have been proposing in the last, I would say, 20 something years is that has a dominant male uh, um, ingredient. It's very male. It's very it entertain and involve the mind more than the heart, and it's very, in many ways, it's very macho. Um, we need to find the connection. We need to find again the connection with music, with our heart. So we need to introduce more and more, feed more our musical compositions, our musical performances with a heartfelt soulfulness, energy that is very female. Um, and this is the one of the main goal of Sounds of Oneness, to be female many times during the performance, to have that warm and nurturing, welcoming, heartfelt, heart-opening environment, vibration. Um, so we have been wonderfully co-creating so far all together. Um, and we've been going through about 5 tracks, I think, and more to come soon. And now we have been looking at the infrastructure of the tracks, of the songs. We have been and also start to building the different phases of each track journey. And so we get familiar with the chords, the melody, the dynamics, and everything else. In this next generation or rehearsal, which will start in a few days at Sim Beautiful Studio, we are going to work on what is the most important, and in many ways can be the most challenging, but also the most fun and transformational part of the work, which is to establish a profound intimacy with the tracks. So the work is to becoming vulnerable, open up our heart, and from that connection with source, we play our instrument and we choose the notes where we place within the structure of the song. And some moments will be more male and some moments will be more female. When it comes to the soundscape, what we call soundscape, that's where I desire to express the most fine-tuning vulnerability and soulfulness, because that's the moment where we go into the space, and in that space we literally open ourselves and we find, from absolute freedom, because we don't have a melody to follow, we find those notes that are our way to communicate. So basically it's like, what if I have humanity in front of me and I have several minutes to communicate, but not through my words, through my musical instrument. What do I want to say to humanity at this moment of the journey? What do I want to share? Do I want to share my pain, my love? I want to share my sadness, my excitement, my sensuality. So we have those soundscape moments where we are sharing our profound, deep internal emotion. So we put ourselves in a place of vulnerability, we open up, and we let it out. So we're going to experiment with that, if you wish so. And we're going to fine-tune all the transitions between one phase and the other. And we are going to shift from playing loud to play intense. There is a difference. We can play very soft and intense, but it doesn't have to be loud. Why I'm saying that? Because I would like to create a track on each song, a track that is very spacious and is soft. So it's female, but it's also intense. So it's also male sometimes. Not, and also female, it can be very intense, of course. So the intensity, the wave of intensity is flowing freely, but in a container that it doesn't scream, it doesn't get loud, with some few exceptions, so that the audience, when we listen, can enter a full meditative state without being abruptly shocked by noise. We don't want noise, we want sound, and we want sounds to be intensely, profoundly soulful, and loud, but not too loud, soft. I don't know, it's difficult to explain, but this is, of course, is something we will work on the mixing board when we'll do later, when we'll record a song. But the idea is to not to be too harsh, not to be too male. You know, I don't want Sounds of Oneness to become a hard rock band. Nothing wrong with hard rock band; they're wonderful, but they're, in my perception, they're very male. And I think at this moment, people are really longing for a female, heartfelt musical experience. And that's what I want to give to humanity. That's why it's called Sounds of Oneness. We also want to, once we connect with the songs at the soul level, most likely it will happen something very interesting. It's like the difference between when we are interacting with other people and we are in our mind, we talk a lot usually, you know, blah, 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 you know, it's a lot of talking. But when we connect with our soul and our heart, we have the tendency to allow silence, space, and silence to take place, because it's a soulful interaction. So in this interaction, silence speaks a lot. And from that silence that we find within, not from the mind masturbation, but from the sound that we find within our heart, we speak. And usually when we speak in that way, we say few words, and those few words are very impactful. The same thing with music. When we connect with the music at the soulful level, heart level, we play the notes only when we have that connection. Otherwise, we remain silent. And so what happens is that the soundscape keeps going and going, and it's not busy with a lot of notes. There are only few notes once in a while, and those few notes are amazingly impactful because they come from the soul and not from the mind. And also, these increase the profound connection between all the musicians that are communicating to each other through their instrument. So there's going to be spaciousness, and then beautiful notes. One time it might be a guitar, one time might be a keyboard, and then there is a moment where the flute plays, or the strings, the violin, or a voice. It's going to be a dance in soulfulness with our heart open. That is going to be, in my opinion, very, very impactful to the audience who's used to a very male music that is loud and busy, like we are in our life. Many of us are loud and busy, constantly running left and right, without really knowing where we're going. Anyway, so this is just to share with you guys what I would like to work on the next few rehearsals. I will also introduce a few new tunes which I will announce now on WhatsApp and our So Facebook page. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.